Hey! What's going on, Boston? How you doing, man? You all right? Yeah, you guys have been fucking cool, man. Good to be here. I've had a really exciting year. It's nice to come and share it with Boss as well. I started the year with a new girlfriend, so it's pretty, well, I say new, she's used, but she's new to me. So it was a exciting start. I took her out to dinner before coming to Boston, and I was sitting at the table, I said, "You're so beautiful. I can't believe you're my girlfriend, because I always felt that you were out of my league." And she looked back at me across the table, and she said, "Really? I always thought that you were out of my league." And I thought, no way. Maybe I'm out of her league. So now I'm single, and it's going very well. You know? I don't really trust women anyway, man. I once caught a woman cheating on me in my own apartment. I came home a day early from a tour to surprise her. Found her in bed with somebody else, so surprised myself. And it left me thinking a lot about what I want in my next girlfriend. And to be honest, still not sure what I want in my next girlfriend, but I do know what I don't want in my next girlfriend, and that's other people's cocks. So onwards and upwards. I can't believe a white dude just said amen to me. Some white dude that values amen, brother. This is clearly gonna be a good fucking crowd. Some white dude in a plaid shirt going, amen, man. You preach the gospel. Nobody wants other people's cocks, yeah. I've figured out, I can't even do, I've got a type now, and it's older women. Can't date younger women anymore. Yeah, that's right, Don. I can't take younger women. There's too much optimism, and they haven't been beaten down by life yet. So I can't handle it anymore. It's I go out with them, and then when it comes down to some sexual, they're like, "Ooh, I can't wait to see your moves. I'm so excited about the moves." I got no moves left. You basically got a jackhammer coming your way. That's about it. That's as exciting as it gonna get. Older women, man. Older women. You don't need moves. You can pretend you have moves with an older woman, but you never even have to use them. Older woman, she'll take her clothes off. You can pretend you're like, "Oh, I was gonna give you the 2-finger bra snap off thing." No, you don't need to see that. That's all right. An older woman will take her clothes off while looking at you with those eyes that say, "My job is shit. My ex is an asshole. My life sucks. Just fuck me." And that's what I want in a relationship. So, there was an awkward masturbation incident in my hotel recently. There's no way to warm you guys into this. I'm not gonna do segues. I'll just throw the topic out there and off. I was just hanging out in my hotel room. I'm watching a hockey game, and the menu came up on the hotel TV without me touching the remote, and it just scrolled down to the adult pay-per-view. Scrolled through. I wanted to watch a hockey game. I wasn't touching nothing. I went back up to the hockey game. The TV went back down. It felt like my television was trying to suggest things to me. Like my TV was just going, "Dude, it's 4 PM. You don't have to work for 5 hours. How about a little you time?" But I did not want any me time, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to watch the hockey game. So I went back up to the hockey game. TV goes back down to the adult stuff. I couldn't figure out what was up until I returned to the hockey game, and I heard a man screaming in the next room. Through the wall, I just heard some dude yelling out, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" That's when I realized that my remote control and his remote control are on the same frequency. And we're changing each other's televisions through the wall. So whereas I want to watch a hockey game, clearly in the next room I've got some naked, lubed up, sexually frustrated guy who desperately wants to deal with his demons, and he feels like his television is talking back to him. He feels like his TV is going, dude, you've been here for 3 days? I've seen you masturbate 11 times. Why don't you take a break from yourself and watch the end of this hockey game? He's not giving in, and now that I know what's going on, I just started kind of playing with him a little bit. Through the wall, you know, for my own entertainment. I'd let him get down into the movies, and just as the porno would start, bam, back to the hockey game. But then I had to think, and I realized I'm not gonna win. You know, laid-back guy who wants to watch a sporting event is not gonna be victorious over a pervy guy next door. So I had 2 choices. I figured I could go for a walk. Or I could wait and see what he picked. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not feel like going for a walk. So I decided to hand over control, and I waited the selection from next door. So off he went, into the menu. I heard a little cheer through the wall. He goes in, all the classics are there, the Busted Babes, and the Wood in the Hood, and the Everybody Loves Jenna, all that stuff. And there's one that I quite liked. I'd never heard of it before. It was called Roller Girls Who Are Angry at Their Dads. And it piqued my interest a little bit. I was disappointed when he passed it up. So much so, I couldn't help but grab my remote control and click back up the menu just to suggest to him that he was missing a beat. In the end, he knew what he wanted, right? This guy went to the depths of the adult menu. He selected a film called Harry Milf's 14, which, my sentiments exactly. I was disgusted with him. And 10 minutes later, I was disgusted with myself. Yeah. Horrible. Embarrassed for me. I did what I could to recover my pride, and I decided at this point, maybe it's time to go for a walk. So I exited my room, and upon passing his door, I couldn't help but yell. I was like, dude, you got really poor taste in porn. And he answered the door, and that's how I met the other comedian that I was working with for the weekend. True story. True story, man. You guys are gonna have a fucking fun show tonight. Tears are good. I like to see Zoe wiping tears out of her eyes. That's excellent. My friend Jenny has crooked tits. I told you, you knew the deal. No segues. My friend Jenny, she got a boob job, and they botched it up a bit, and she had to go on a waiting list to get them fixed, which gave me enough time to convince her to show them to me, and she led to some interesting conversations, you know. She's like, why would you want to see them? Why would you want to see them? They're not perfect. Men only like perfect breasts. You would only want to see perfect breasts, which is not, ladies, if I could clear this up on behalf of the men in the room, to us, breast size is a lot like Coke or Pepsi. Thank you. To us, breast size is not like Coke or Pepsi in that we might state a preference, but we will take whatever's on tap. As long as it's not flat. So like I managed to convince her, right? So we're in my place. She goes, and she's like, "Okay, fine. I will show you my breasts on 2 conditions." And I was like, "Okay, of course, Jenny. Of course. What are the conditions? I'll play by the rules." And she's like, "Okay, well, rule number 1 is that this has been very traumatic for me, so I need you to be my supportive friend. I don't want you being all jerk comedian about this. I want you to be nice JJ, and I don't want all jokey joke JJ." And so I was like, of course. Of course, Jenny. I care about you. And then she said, and rule number 2 is that you're not allowed to talk about this in your comedy shows. And the whole reason why I screwed up on rule number 2 is because I screwed up on rule number 1 as well. I was not as prepared for the breasts as I said I would be. We were standing in my room. She goes to take off her shirt. She's like, "You ready for this? You ready for this?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm totally ready." I was not ready. It looked like the nipples were running away from the breast. Paranoid boobs. It was like she got her shirt off and they were looking either direction going, "Oh my God, who's coming to get us this time?" To be perfectly honest, ladies and gentlemen, it's the only time I've ever been looking at a naked woman's chest and felt that I was the one who was perfectly justified to say, "Excuse me, but my eyes are here."
So there you go, bit of fun. That's me opening for Jim Jefferies at the Wilbur Theater in Boston. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a like. And I thought I would address a couple of things at the end of this video, because I haven't done it before, but I get complaints about the material or criticisms. So let's start with the hotel story, which is a true story. I really was changing the guy's TV through the wall and vice versa. Now, a lot of people file into the comments, go, "That's impossible." I've got some tech, so there's also some tech nerds that are like, "There's the lasers or whatever, it can't go through the wall." And then other people call up and go, "No, I've seen that happen all the time. It's happened in my house. It's happened in a hotel that I was at." It did happen. I don't know if it helps anybody to reveal this one thing, however, which is that I already knew the comedian. I did already know him. I know it's a big reveal in the joke. I go, "That's how I met the comedian, by knocking on his door." I already knew who it was. We had gotten back from an afternoon out. The other story about my friend having her breast surgery was completely true as well. The only thing I changed in the story was that I made it take place at my apartment. But what actually happened was it was at the Download Festival in Britain, and it took place outside of our tent. And she was actually a very extroverted person. It was her who raised the whole point. She was going topless the entire festival, and I even brought her on stage. And then the third question I was going to answer is, a lot of you guys, you sometimes ask where you can see the full performance of these things, but that's just it. Some of my footage, some of my best looking footage is from opening for Jim Jefferies. That's the Netflix special, and I'm opening for Jim, so they were kind enough, I think Jim is really good enough to organize it for me as well, to get me the footage, because I'm nothing but a camera test. when I walk out to do those sets. Some of you write me and you ask like what American shows things are from, but it turns out there are shows from me warming up for Jim for Netflix, or, you know, I put up comedy club footage as often as I can. So that's why if you do enjoy my comedy, please pass it around to people. I'm the only one who owns it. Doesn't belong to some secret American TV show that you've never seen or anything like that. So give me a like and a comment. That'll help go a long way. In the meantime, I'll hopefully see you guys out at the clubs or down in the comments. Thanks for hanging out on my channel.